Ever been around someone who drains your energy and leaves you questioning everything about yourself? Narcissists have this uncanny ability to make you feel small, like you don't even know who you are anymore. But here's the thing, what if I told you that those very people can become the reason you level up, become stronger, more focused, more aware? What if you could turn their toxic power into your personal growth? How can you turn the damage they do into your fuel for success? Stick with me to find out. 1. That adversity reveals who you really are. Narcissists will test you, push you, make you doubt yourself. But here's the thing, you only find out how strong you are when you're forced to stand your ground. They aren't here to break you. They're here to show you what needs fixing within yourself. When you stop seeking validation from people who will never give it to you, you start finding it within. Life isn't about what happens to you, it's about how you respond. And nothing, I mean nothing, reveals your true character like dealing with a narcissist. They don't show up in your life by accident. No, they come as a test, a mirror, a challenge designed to wake you up to who you really are. See, a narcissist's power doesn't come from themselves. It comes from what you give them. They push your buttons, manipulate your emotions, and make you question your worth. And if you let them, they'll keep you trapped in a cycle of doubt, frustration, and emotional exhaustion. But here's the thing, you have a choice. You can let them define you, or you can let them refine you. When a narcissist tries to tear you down, what they're really doing is revealing the parts of yourself that need strengthening. That insecurity they preyed on, that's where you need self-confidence. That boundary they trampled over, that's where you need to stand firm. That approval you kept chasing, that's where you need to validate yourself. Adversity isn't the enemy. It's the greatest teacher you'll ever have. Because when you stop giving power to their words, their manipulation, their control, you start seeing yourself for who you really are. You start building a foundation of self-worth that no one can shake. And that's when the game changes. So here's the daily takeaway. Stop reacting, start observing. When someone tries to bring you down, ask yourself, why does this affect me? What is this revealing about me? Then, instead of lashing out or falling into self-doubt, use it as fuel. Strengthen the areas where you feel weak. Find your center. Hold your ground. And most importantly, don't let their darkness put out your light. Because the moment you stop letting them define your worth is the moment you take back your power. And once you do that, brother, there ain't a force in the world that can stop you. 2. Boundaries aren't walls, they're standards. A narcissist will push your limits not because they respect your strength, but because they want to see if you have any. You don't fight back with anger, you set the standard and let your actions do the talking. Respect yourself enough to walk away from people who thrive on control and manipulation. There's a big difference between walls and boundaries. A wall shuts everything out. It's built from fear, from past pain, from the idea that if you keep people at a distance, they can't hurt you. But boundaries aren't about shutting people out. They're about letting the right ones in. See, a narcissist doesn't respect boundaries because they thrive on control. They test your limits, push your buttons, and manipulate your emotions, not because they're strong, but because they want to see if you are. They don't like people who set boundaries. Why? Because a boundary is a sign of self-respect. And self-respect is the one thing they can't manipulate. But here's the truth. You'll teach people how to treat you by what you allow, stop, and reinforce. If you let someone cross the line once, they'll do it again. If you excuse their behavior, they'll take it as permission. And if you keep lowering your standards just to keep them around, eventually you'll wake up and realize you don't even recognize yourself anymore. So how do you apply this to daily life? Simple. Decide what you will and won't tolerate and stick to it. You don't need to explain yourself. You don't need to argue or convince anyone. A true boundary isn't about them, it's about you. It's about choosing your peace over their chaos, your self-worth over their validation, your future over their control. When you set boundaries, two things happen. The wrong people leave. The right people respect them. And that's exactly what you want, because the people who truly value you won't test your boundaries, they'll honor them. So here's your daily reminder. Boundaries aren't about keeping people out. They're about keeping your peace in. You don't have to be rude. You don't have to explain yourself over and over. You just have to stand firm, speak with clarity, and make it clear, this is my standard. If you can't respect it, you can't be in my life. And that, my friend, is how you take back your power. 3, narcissists teach you that validation comes from within. They will never give you the approval you seek. And that's the lesson. The day you stop needing their recognition is the day you break free. Your worth was never in their hands. It was in yours all along. Narcissists thrive on one thing, making you question your worth. They'll make you feel like you're never enough, like your opinions don't matter, like your value depends on what they think of you. But let me tell you something. You were never meant to live life waiting for someone else to approve of you. Your worth isn't something you earn, it's something you own. When you let someone else dictate your value, you hand them the keys to your confidence. And once they have that, they can build you up just to tear you down, keep you coming back, seeking their validation like a drug. But real self-worth, that comes from within. It's not built on compliments. It's not based on someone's attention. It's a strong foundation that no one, not a narcissist, not society, not a single person can shake. So how do you apply this to daily life? You stop looking outward for what only exists inside. You stop waiting for someone to tell you you're good enough. You stop measuring yourself by other people's approval. Instead, you start reminding yourself every damn day that you are already worthy. You are already enough. No one's validation will ever replace your own. And listen, this isn't about arrogance. It's about ownership. It's about recognizing that no amount of rejection, manipulation, or criticism can take away your value. Because your value, it's non-negotiable. So here's what you do. Speak to yourself with the same kindness you give to others. Cut out the people who make you doubt yourself. Stop chasing approval and start embracing who you are, flaws and all. Because the moment you stop seeking validation from the wrong people, you create space for the right ones. The moment you believe in yourself, the world starts to believe in you too. So next time someone tries to make you feel small, remind yourself, my worth isn't up for debate. My value isn't something you get to decide. And when you own that truth, when you truly believe it, there isn't a person on this earth who can take it away from you. Or turning pain into power. Narcissists feed off emotional reactions, but what happens when you stop giving them fuel? You take back your power, control your emotions, control the situation. The moment you stop reacting and start responding with strength, you become untouchable. Narcissists have a way of leaving scars, not just on your heart, but on your mind, your confidence, your trust in people. They make you question yourself, doubt your instincts, and wonder if you'll ever get back to the person you used to be. But here's the truth. Pain isn't meant to break you, it's meant to build you. Life has a way of using pain to teach us the lessons we refuse to learn any other way. It's the hard moments, the betrayals, the heartbreaks that forge us into stronger versions of ourselves. The problem is, too many people look at pain as a punishment, as something unfair, something they didn't deserve. But the moment you shift your mindset, the moment you start asking, what is this teaching me, instead of why is this happening to me, that's when you take back your power. So how do you apply this to daily life? You stop avoiding pain and start learning from it. When someone betrays you, don't just see the hurt, see the lesson. Did you ignore red flags? Did you give too many chances? Did you sacrifice your peace for their approval? The pain isn't the enemy. The real enemy is staying the same and refusing to grow Think about it. Every painful experience you've been through has shaped you. Every heartbreak taught you resilience. Every failure taught you persistence. Every time someone tried to break you, you came out the other side, wiser, sharper, stronger. You're still here. You're still standing. That means you didn't lose. You learned. So the next time you go through something painful, remind yourself, this isn't happening to me, it's happening for me. You don't grow in comfort. You don't evolve when everything is easy. You level up when life puts weight on your shoulders and forces you to push through. Pain isn't a stop sign, it's a green light. It's life's way of saying, there's a stronger version of you on the other side of this. Keep going. And when you start seeing pain as a teacher instead of a punishment, you'll stop fearing it. You'll start using it, because in the end, the strongest people aren't the ones who never felt pain. They're the ones who turned their pain into power. 5, you either grow or stay stuck. The choice is yours. Narcissists force you into a crossroads. You either stay in their cycle or you step into your power. When you realize that every tough experience is a lesson, you stop playing the victim and start playing to win. Growth isn't comfortable, but neither is staying small. Narcissists don't respect boundaries. They see them as obstacles to control, limits on their ability to manipulate. So they test them, push them, and if you're not firm, they'll walk right through them like they never existed. But here's what life teaches you. Your boundaries aren't just lines in the sand. They're the blueprint for your self-respect. Think of boundaries like a doorway to your peace, your energy, your sanity. If you don't lock the door, anyone can walk in and take what they want. And if you don't set clear rules for who gets access to your life, people will treat you however they please. That's not their fault. It's yours. See, too many people believe setting boundaries means shutting people out. They think saying no makes them mean or selfish. But boundaries aren't walls that isolate you. They're doors that only open for the right people. And if someone has a problem with your boundaries, that's the biggest sign you need them in the first place. So how do you apply this to daily life? You stop apologizing for protecting your peace. You stop answering calls from people who drain your energy. You stop justifying why you don't tolerate disrespect. You stop feeling guilty for putting yourself first. Because if you don't protect your time, your emotions, and your mental well-being, who will? Here's the truth. People who love and respect you will respect your boundaries. The ones who don't, they were never meant to stay. And yet, at first, setting boundaries is uncomfortable. You might lose people. You might hear things like, you've changed, or you're being selfish. But you know what? That's a good thing. Because the only people who leave when you set boundaries are the ones who are benefiting from you having none. So the next time someone tries to guilt trip you, manipulate you, or push past the limits you've set, remind yourself, I am not responsible for their reaction. I am responsible for my peace. And when you learn to stand firm in your boundaries, you won't just protect yourself from narcissists. You'll attract people who respect, support, and value you for exactly who you are. That's real freedom. 6, walking away is a power move, not a weakness. They'll try to make you feel guilty, selfish, or even crazy for choosing yourself. But remember this, walking away isn't quitting, it's reclaiming your peace. And peace is priceless. When you're dealing with a narcissist, one of the most powerful tools you can have is your intuition. Yet for many of us, especially when we're caught in toxic situations, we second guess ourselves. We question the gut feeling that tells us something isn't right. But here's the truth. Your intuition is a superpower, and it's never wrong. Narcissists are master manipulators, and they thrive on making you doubt your own perception of reality. They'll twist the truth, gaslight you, and try to convince you that your instincts are wrong. But here's the deal. The moment you start ignoring your intuition is the moment you lose touch with your true self. Your gut is that inner compass that has been guiding you through life even when you didn't realize it. Think about it. How many times have you had that nagging feeling that something was off, only to find out later that you were right? How many times has your heart told you this isn't the right person, this isn't the right situation, and yet you push that feeling aside? So how do you apply this to daily life? You start listening to that inner voice. You trust yourself. You stop asking everyone else for advice or approval. You stop doubting the wisdom that comes from deep within you. Trust that you know what's best for you, even when it doesn't make sense to others. And here's the key. Your intuition isn't just for big decisions. It's there for the small ones too. Every day you'll be faced with choices, whether it's in your relationships, your career, or your personal life. Each of these choices comes with an inner knowing that points you in the right direction. You can either ignore it or lean into it. When you trust yourself, you stop giving away your power to others. You stop letting narcissists or toxic people control your reality. You take back the reins of your life and stop allowing anyone, especially them, to make you question your worth or your decisions. So from now on, remember this. Your intuition is never wrong. It's the voice of your inner wisdom telling you exactly what you need to do. Trust it, listen to it, and let it guide you to better, more fulfilling decisions every single day. 7, the best revenge is success. A narcissist doesn't want to see you win, so the best thing you can do, win anyway. Not out of spite, but out of self-respect. Build the life they said you couldn't. Prove to yourself that their words, their manipulation, their attempts to break you were never stronger than your will to rise. One of the hardest lessons we can learn in life is how to let go of things that no longer serve us, whether it's a relationship, a job, or a belief system we've outgrown. Narcissists are masters of holding us in situations where we feel stuck. They get under our skin and convince us that we need them, that we can't move on or be happy without them. But here's the truth. Letting go is not about weakness. It's about reclaiming your power. When you're constantly tied to toxic people or situations, you limit your ability to grow. You stay in the same place, replaying old patterns and stifling your potential. The moment you make the decision to let go of what's holding you back, you open yourself up to new possibilities. And here's the key. When you let go of something or someone that doesn't align with your values and your future, you make room for something better. It's not about erasing memories or pretending the past never happened. It's about accepting that holding on to the wrong things is keeping you from the life you deserve. Letting go is hard. It takes courage. It takes strength. And most importantly, it takes self-love. You have to love yourself enough to know that you're worthy of more than what you're settling for. In daily life, you can apply this by recognizing the areas where you're still holding on to toxic habits, relationships, or fears. Ask yourself, is this helping me grow? Is this pushing me forward? If the answer is no, it's time to start making moves toward release. It doesn't have to be all at once. Just take one small step at a time. Maybe it's distancing yourself from a toxic friend or creating space in your life for new opportunities. Maybe it's shifting your mindset and letting go of limiting beliefs. When you let go, you stop living in fear. You stop playing small. You stop waiting for permission to live the life you want. You begin to attract what is truly meant for you, people, experiences, and opportunities that align with your growth, your values, and your goals. Remember this, the more you let go of what no longer serves you, the more you create space for everything that's waiting for you on the other side of fear. So what did we learn? Narcissists don't just test you, they transform you. They force you to see the strength within yourself, to level up in ways you never thought possible. It's the struggle that forges us, the pressure that molds us into the best versions of ourselves. So how can you turn the damage they do into your fuel for success? You embrace the lessons. You don't let their behavior define you. You use it to redefine who you are. Now, I want to hear from you. Have you ever had a narcissist in your life? How did it impact your growth? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Let's talk about how we can all rise stronger from these challenges. If you're ready to keep leveling up, check out the next video in our playlist where we dive into how to build the confidence you need to conquer any challenge. Trust me, you don't want to miss it.